In the history of the UEFA Champions League, there was a curse that everyone believed was unbreakable. Since the competition was rebranded in 1992, no club had ever defended the title. Great teams had tried. The Ajax of Van Gaal, the Juventus of Lippi, the Manchester United of Ferguson, the Barcelona of Guardiola. They all built dynasties, they all won trophies, but none of them could win the European Cup 2 years in a row. The intensity was too high. The luck required was too great. The world accepted it as a fact. Repeating success in Europe was impossible. And then, between 2016 and 2018, Real Madrid didn't just break the curse. They destroyed it. They shattered the logic of modern football by winning not twice, but 3 times consecutively. The three-peat, 1099 days as the kings of Europe. This is the story of a team that forgot how to lose. The story of Zinedine Zidane, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, and a squad that turned the extraordinary into a routine. This is the story of the greatest dynasty in modern football history. To understand the miracle, we must remember the nightmare that came before it. January 2016. Real Madrid was a broken institution. The manager was Rafa Benitez, a tactical expert who, despite his knowledge, had completely lost the dressing room. The players looked unhappy. The fans at the Santiago Bernabeu were whistling. The team had just been humiliated 4-0 by Barcelona in El Clasico. The season looked dead before it had even truly begun. Florentino Perez had to make a desperate decision. He fired Benitez and promoted the coach of the B team, Castilla, a man with zero experience managing a top-level club, Zinedine Zidane. The press was skeptical. One famous Catalan newspaper headline read, "Zidane represents no threat." They said he was just a great ex-player, a smiling face to calm the fans, but not a tactician. They said he wouldn't last 6 months. But they forgot who Zinedine Zidane was. They forgot that his mere presence commanded a silence and respect that no other human being could demand. When Zidane spoke, Cristiano Ronaldo listened. When Zidane gave an order, Sergio Ramos followed. He didn't need to scream. He just needed to be Zidane. The transformation was immediate, psychological rather than tactical. The team started winning. They climbed back into the title race in Spain. But the real target was the Champions League. The road to Milan in 2016 was not easy. They had to survive a Wolfsburg scare, needing a hat-trick from Ronaldo to overturn a 2-0 deficit. They had to grind past Manchester City in a tense semi-final. And then, the final. Against the toughest rival possible, Atlético Madrid. Diego Simeone's army. May 28, 2016. San Siro, Milan. A rematch of the 2014 final. It was a physical war. Sergio Ramos scored early, possibly offside, showing his knack for big moments. But Atletico fought back. Carrasco equalized. The game went to extra time. Players were cramping. Bale could barely walk. It went to penalties. The ultimate lottery. But look at the body language. The Madrid players looked calm. The Atletico players looked haunted by the past. Juanfran hit the post. And then, the moment fell to Cristiano Ronaldo. He placed the ball. He took a breath. He fired it home. The shirt came off. The roar echoed around the world. La Décima. The 11th. Zidane had won the Champions League in his first 5 months as a coach. Critics said it was luck. They said Madrid had an easy draw. They said it wouldn't happen again. The 2016 to 2017 season would prove them wrong. This was the season of the machine. Real Madrid didn't just want to win, they wanted to dominate. Zidane built a B team that was strong enough to win the league on its own. He rotated Ronaldo, convincing the Portuguese superstar to rest in smaller games so he would be a predator in the spring. It worked perfectly. In the quarter-finals, they faced Bayern Munich. Ronaldo scored 5 goals across 2 legs. In the semi-finals, they faced Atlético Madrid again. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick at the Bernabeu. He was playing at a level that terrified defenses. The final in Cardiff was billed as the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. Juventus had the best defense in the world, led by Buffon, Chiellini, and Bonucci. They had only conceded 3 goals in the entire tournament. Real Madrid tore them apart. The first half was balanced, ending 1-1 with a wonder goal from Mandzukic. But in the second half, Real Madrid produced arguably the best 45 minutes of football in Champions League final history. Casemiro scored from distance. Ronaldo scored his second, moving like a ghost in the box. Asensio finished it off. 4-1 against the best defense in Italy. It was a massacre. Real Madrid became the first team in history to defend the title. La Duodecima. The 12th. The curse was broken. At this point, logic suggested the cycle was over. Players get tired. Motivation drops. Egos clash. The 2017-2018 season started poorly in the league. By December, Madrid was out of the title race in Spain. Critics sharpened their knives. They said Zidane was finished. They said the team was old. The draw for the Champions League round of 16 was a disaster. Paris Saint-Germain. Neymar and Mbappé. The new money versus the old aristocracy. Everyone bet on PSG. But on Valentine's Day at the Bernabeu, the Champions League DNA woke up. Madrid conceded first but roared back to win 3-1. In Paris, amidst smoke and flares, Cristiano Ronaldo scored again. Madrid advanced. The quarter-final was against Juventus. In Turin, Ronaldo scored the bicycle kick. A goal so perfect that the Juventus fans stood up to applaud him. It seemed over. Madrid led 3-0. But in the second leg at the Bernabeu, chaos reigned. Juventus scored once, twice, 3 times. The aggregate was tied. The Bernabeu was frozen in terror. It was the 93rd minute. Lucas Bosquez was pushed. Penalty. The pressure on Ronaldo was heavier than gravity. He smashed it into the top corner. Madrid survived. The semi-final was Bayern Munich again. Another war. Another survival act, thanks to Keylor Navas making miracle saves and Benzema scoring a crucial goal from a goalkeeper error. Real Madrid was finding ways to win that couldn't be explained by tactics alone. It was mystical. May 26, 2018. Kiev. The final. Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's heavy metal football against Zidane's jazz. The game was strange, chaotic, and dramatic. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool's danger man, left the pitch in tears with a shoulder injury after a tangle with Sergio Ramos. The game changed. Benzema scored a bizarre goal, blocking a throw from goalkeeper Loris Karius. Mane equalized for Liverpool. The game was on a knife edge. Then, Zidane looked to his bench. He didn't call a defender. He called Gareth Bale. What happened next is etched in eternity. Marcelo crossed the ball. It was behind Bale. The Welshman jumped, twisted his body in mid-air, and connected, with a bicycle kick that defied physics. It was virtually identical to Ronaldo's goal in Turin, but in a final. The ball flew into the net. It was the greatest goal in Champions League final history. Bale wasn't done. He scored another from distance, another error by Karius sealing the fate. 3-1. La Decimotercera. The 13th. 3 years. 3 titles. No one had ever done it. No one thought it was possible. As the confetti fell in Kiev, there was a sense of finality. This wasn't just a victory, it was the end of a movie. On the pitch, amidst the celebration, Cristiano Ronaldo gave an interview using the past tense. It was beautiful to be at Real Madrid. Days later, Zidane resigned, saying the team needed a new voice to keep winning. The dynasty ended as quickly as it began. Ronaldo left for Juventus. The core began to age. But what they achieved in those 3 years stands alone. In an era of super coaches, tactical systems, and billionaire owners, Real Madrid proved that mentality is king. They proved that while tactics win matches, history wins titles. They faced the champions of France, Italy, Germany, and England. They beat them all. The three-peat was not just a statistical anomaly. It was a demonstration of power. A statement that in Europe, there is Real Madrid, and then there is everyone else. Legacies fade. Records are broken. But the image of Sergio Ramos lifting the European Cup in Milan, Cardiff, and Kiev 3 times in a row, that will live forever. The curse is dead. Long live the king.
Madrid, unfiltered.